Did you know that your venue, catering, and bar are going to cost 50% of your wedding budget? My name is Regina and I'm a certified wedding planner. Today I would like to elaborate a little bit more on what a food and beverage minimum is and why it is important to understand it before signing any contracts. The food and beverage minimum, or F&B minimum, is a dollar amount of revenue on food and beverage sales that the venue expects to receive for renting out their function space on a given night. Basically, it's the amount that you need to spend on food and beverage to have your event catered. Even those venues that do allow you to bring your own catering may charge a food and beverage fee. However, in this case, it's typically cost a venue fee. The venue contract will outline it, and the food and beverage minimum will vary based on the venue. Most venues will have higher food and beverage minimums on weekends since those are always in demand. The way it's typically calculated is the per person price multiplied by your guest count. The per person price will also vary based on the venue. Typically, a catering menu, a cake, bar package, and any vendor meals may be included in the food and beverage spend. It's important to understand that sometimes it's difficult to meet those minimums. Let's just say you invite 50 people to your wedding, and the venue that you're choosing has a $15,000 food and beverage. If you do some math, you will realize that you will have to spend at least $300 per person, and sometimes it's very difficult to pick all these menu items for $300 per person. However, not always you can rely on this minimum as a maximum of what you're going to spend in this venue. Let's just say the venue's general price per meal is $150 per person. It would be kind of like on a higher end venue, right? And then the bar package that you're choosing will be $50 per person. There you go. That's already $200 per person. And if you invited 100 guests, that can easily become a $20,000 expense. Now remember, this number, we'll come back to it in just a moment. You always have to remember the plus fees. What are those? That's typically a sales tax and the service fee. Nationwide, the service fee right now is anywhere between 20% to 23%. Let's just say it's 21% for the example we're going to talk about right now. And the sales tax, of course, will depend on the state. So let's just say you're getting married in Nevada. Sales tax there is 8.38%. If we do some math here, now your $200 per person expense can easily become a $258.76 expense per person. So the $20,000 budget that we discussed earlier can easily become a $25,876 expense. As you can see, the difference is quite significant. That's why I always recommend keeping those plus fees in mind. Food and beverage minimum is something you can negotiate. However, the easiest way to go about it is to have a smaller guest count. I always recommend starting with a smaller guest count so you can sign a contract for a smaller food and beverage minimum, and then you can always add guests at a later time. Now, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video.